This happened a couple of years ago, but it's something that to this day, I wonder if I was in the wrong. I, 19F at the time, shared a house with 3 roommates, 2 siblings, 18F, 19M, and a guy, 23M. When I moved in, they told me that if any of us were to move out, we needed to advise a month in advance. Only one of us had his name on the lease, 19M, and the rest of us would pay him the rent in cash. We all worked together at a restaurant, and I was emotionally involved with lease guy. I need to explain the background since it's pretty much the reason why I did what I did. I'm giving all details to give the clearest picture possible. We would occasionally hook up, but we would never talk about it or mention it ever, so I don't really know how to call that. This guy has been the worst guy I've ever had feelings for, doing things like asking me out on Valentine's Day to an event in a nightclub and then ditching me to go out with another girl and leaving me alone in said nightclub, or going out with me and my sister to party to then finding him making out with my sister along plenty of other things. This really messed with me and my self-esteem, but I acted like I didn't care since we were not anything. In one occasion we were in the kitchen, and he asked me point blank if I thought he was an asshole, and I said yes, that he was narcissistic, selfish, and spoiled. He asked me why I thought that. I said the fact that you even have the audacity to ask makes you an even bigger asshole, and he just laughed it off and said, "Touché," as if he was proud of it. One day he brought a girl home. They were classmates, just to hang out. Her and I ended up bonding and went out one day. She started asking me what I thought of him since he kissed her one night, but she then never heard from him, and then he started acting like nothing happened when he would see her, something I'm very familiar with. I pretty much told her that I had never cried for someone the way I had cried about him, that this is just something that he does, and that he's not worth it. A couple of months went by, and he never mentioned anything, but I do know that this girl stopped talking to him. Now, on to what happened. My roommates, all 3 of them, had been planning a trip for December 22nd for the holidays to our home country to see family. I couldn't go, so I was going to stay home. First week of December, I had a disagreement with the other guy roommate about something I can't really remember, work-related probably. I had quit the restaurant, but I would do some shifts here and there. When I went to vent to situationship guy about it, he said a bunch of nasty things to me, and how he wouldn't say anything to me either since I'm such a hypocrite. I asked what this was about, and he went all, "Don't you think I know why girl's name stopped talking to me after she hung out with you? I'm sure you talked a bunch of shit about me, therefore, you're a hypocrite." I was feeling so bad and thought of apologizing, but I then remembered all the things that he had done to me, and I do one wrong thing and he's pissed? I had enough. I responded saying, "You know damn well how I feel about you, and I have said it to your face." She's the one who asked. I wasn't the one to bring it up. I was just honest, and I didn't say anything to her that I hadn't said to you face to face, therefore, I'm not a hypocrite. If you don't want people talking about the shitty things you do, maybe you shouldn't do shitty things. I said that I was done, and on January I would be gone, that I was moving out and finding another place. He said I couldn't do that since I needed to give a month in advance notice, and we're on December 9th, even though I told him on December 07th that that's less than a month, so I would only be able to move out on February 1st, plus they're going on vacation. I said I didn't care, and I would be gone in January. He said that if it was such a huge urgency, then he would give me 15 days to move out, and he will find someone else. By the next day, other guy roommate had gotten involved, asking me to please not leave, that we can work it out, to stay until February so they'll have time to find someone else. I told him that this guy clearly doesn't want me here. Older roommate just said he didn't know what he was talking about, to not listen to him, and that he would talk to him. They kept doubling down on the month in advance thing. Man, seriously? We don't have a contract. We're all friends, you know my history with this guy, and I want out, have some leeway here. Girl roommate and I always got along, but she told me that if I went through with this, she would never speak to me ever again. At that point, I was confused and hurt. I felt everything was falling apart. So I said to myself, he wants me out early? Bet. I rented a new hall and grabbed all my stuff on December 11th while they were working. There, you have enough time to find someone else. You get a whole month of rent paid for which I won't even be there. Do with that what you will. I left the key inside my room and never spoke to them again. Ida? I feel like it was a bit extreme, but I couldn't deal with it anymore, and I was very sad that they never spoke to me again. I don't care anymore. It's been almost 5 years, but I keep wondering if it was an extreme shitty move and of course they think I'm the asshole and made sure everyone knew it.